Hey everybody, welcome back to our Ninja TX. Thanks for tuning in. So today what we're going to do is paint probably the most infamous female fighting game character in the history of gaming, and that's none other than Chun Li. Not that Chun Li, but close. So paint's mixed, we're not going to delay any further, let's dive right in, come on.
Round 1.
So everyone knows Chun Li from a different place. Some of us know her from the original Street Fighter 2 arcade, while others know her from later versions of the game, maybe even the 90s anime or the live action movies that they made. Either way, you know how awesome a character she was. I first got introduced to her way back in 1992, battling kids at this community center I used to go to after school in Ansbach, and the game was so new. All these kids were always crowded around it, and the only way you got to play and stay is if you won. So it was always a battle to the death, and because of that, arcades will always have a special place in my heart. And it wasn't like nowadays where you go to like Dave & Buster's and it's mostly like little kids. Back in the day, the arcade was full of everything. You would have a middle schooler battling to the death in Street Fighter 2 against like a 30-something-year-old businessman. And it was just awesome. It was a perfect blending of people just for their love of the franchise. And I'll always miss that. So obviously Chun Li was my favorite, which is the reason why I chose to paint her. Back in the 90s, Chun Li, her face was everywhere. Every gamer that I knew had a crush on one of three people. It was either Chun Li, Felicia from Darkstalkers, or Morgan from Darkstalkers. They literally were the faces of Capcom at the time, and every time I see them, I get warm feelings of gaming in the 90s.
Round 2.
Okay, round 2, moment of truth, time to paint Chun Li herself. As you guys can tell, the background was her training at a temple in China in the middle of the woods. So starting out with the eyes and then the mouth, laying down the skin tones layer by layer. I'm envious sometimes of traditional painters because they can go in any order they want. If they want to work highlight to darks, they can do it, or if they want to work dark to highlights. And I think most of the painters I know actually start with the shadow colors, then go to midtones, and then do the highlights. Whereas with me, you can't really do it that way because you get this ugly shift. The other part of this paint that was just super difficult was all the different lighting coming. Like there's lights coming from behind the temple, there's lights coming from the canopy in the woods, there's lights coming to the left of her face, and then there's a light that's emanating from the energy ball she's creating. And it was just one of those things where I couldn't even do the hair just all willy-nilly and just pick whatever color I want and go whatever tone I want and even it out. Everything had to match a certain tone. It all had to fit together nicely, which then made creating the energy ball super difficult. Because most of the time when people do like energy or fire or anything like that, they start out with a white base and then they tint it. But the problem with that is if you tint too far, you can't reverse it. You go too dark or too saturated. So this energy ball was driving me nuts. I didn't know exactly how to go about it. I mixed opaque colors and really just built it up layer by layer as I did the surrounding clothing to really build up that effect and make it seem like a natural glow versus something that was too abrupt. So for this one, it was really all about subtlety, taking time, being patient. And sometimes I'm not patient. Sometimes I am, but sometimes I'm not. And just matching the tones all the way across. I couldn't have anything be too intense, and I couldn't have anything be too dull. I ended up going back with a little bit of transparent and tinting the energy just to make it a little bit more saturated. But I watered it down like crazy because I was not trying to mess up at this stage. But overall, super happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and by all means, if you're not following, follow. Let me know what you think, and man, don't be shy. Suggest what you want to see. Blades up next, I can tell you that without a doubt. I know some people wanted Winter Soldier, some people wanted Ahsoka Tano. They're all coming. They're all coming. So, thank you guys.
You win.